After the field goal, here's Tavecchio to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Just keep and a big loss here as he's taken down. Tahir Whitehead in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Hey, you see that boy? I want to look raw. Is he fucking cleats?
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Uncorks one for Davis. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's got Lockett, and he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pre-game. That's what they did there.
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Jackson. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Third and goal, Jackson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the return?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met it.
And now the ball's out. Carl Austin fumbled.
Is the grill?
The Seahawks picked it up.
Let's go.
And they're going to will take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball is going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have it.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. They're trying to resurrect his confidence.
Wow.
Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss. And
no.
Look at with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offensive coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to
That's a safety.
Back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get
yes,
back
it
there.
should have been a
safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
That was a legit pick.
A lot of points. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25.
Come on, man. Stop playing with that
He
hand.
takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 64 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They come out here in the eye. Penny will try to punch it in. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And a
Raiders fucking hot.
And a big turnover.
Oh my gosh,
His guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
694.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Keeps himself upright.
Strip that out. Strip it out.
He'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. K.J. Wright in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to go down again.
Oh, no, down to me.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here now, Johnny Townsend. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line.
So get that view.
Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Who's fucking with me, man? Who's fucking with me, man? That's fucking beautiful. Look at this kid. stick work, nigga.
Touchdown,
Give me my
Seattle.
room. Give me my
A
room.
big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
My stick work,
Going
nigga.
after through the raindrops, up and good. And the decision to just kick the
Give me
extra
lazy
point
eye, man.
winds up successful.
Lazy guy. Watch what I do with that young bull.
Send this one away.
I told you what it is. Look back to his
Here
birthday
comes
kick
Ryan
off.
Switzer to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
You got 56
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Going deep here for Bryant. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
White. 6-18.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down.
Oh, that's a pick.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 3rd down, Carr. And that will be incomplete as well.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Leopard! Gone!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. On the stop is Sharice Wright.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
Escaping the pressure right. It's caught. Locked it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. An excellent pickup at 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Being chased out left. And
the
he's
first
able
down,
to get
Lamar.
this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, there in coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
You know why I was
So after
tight?
the incompletion on
Niggas is
first,
booted.
now 2nd and 10.
This is trash.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 Gun!
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Khalil Mack coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Detroit! Over! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Over!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson.
Oh,
He's to the 10. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Gun! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Gun!
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Switzer now to return. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Let's go kill him?
Yeah,
Let's go kill a cam?
Hey, listen, there's something there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm out here getting roasted.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
808.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr.
Oh, let's go
Cam. Jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
To throw his Rushing down he goes.
Get that sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, Definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
That's complete to Darboh. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Jackson now. Incomplete. It was Gerald Worley there to knock that one free.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
Lamar, you don't. Lamar,
down,
if you do that dumb shit one more fucking
Tremendous
time.
field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And the kick is good.
Look at that motherfucking beautiful ass shit.
From the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And that will
No
make
kick
this
neither.
now a 19-point
Who's
advantage.
fucking with me, man?
So
I told you, I beat side of the day. I told niggas, Kobe back, nigga.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to
Kobe
hike the
back,
for
nigga.
this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
And he'll
Kobe,
get across
Kobe
the
back,
before
nigga.
he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Don't do it.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Roberts with it over the middle. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Carr now on first down. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
93. 93.
22-3.
To throw again. Carr. He's going to float this over the middle. And it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing, man.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And he's got some space here. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
6-18.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper.
Keanu Neal.
A double team and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it over.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Seattle. 44 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Okay with that nigga.
In for the score. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Switzer now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr now to throw.
Oh, KJ
His throw is going to be incomplete. Give credit to KJ Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 25. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now it's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep inside. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Oh, Lamar that nigga. Dance on him, Lamar. Dance on him, Lamar.
Lamar Jackson,
get out the way.
And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
Come on,
and maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. But even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points.
And then
Myers connects on the PAT,
MVP
and that will
is
extend
mine,
this big
nigga.
lead.
I'm telling you.
Switzer now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Raiders on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Carr. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there in a Raider first.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe-tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Carr now on first down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. K.J. Wright in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Number 7
Here now,
sack.
Johnny Townsend. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Now it's Lockett. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. With now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. Extra point up and through
What
by
rules?
Myers.
What rules?
And the lead will swell by 1 more.
There's no running rules. There's no running rules.
Out is the kickoff
There's no
unit
running
as they
rules.
run
What?
up
It's
and
no,
send this one
I'm
away.
gonna have to run the ball.
Switzer now to return. And
Okay.
he'll take this across the
Okay.
25.
Okay.
Couple extra yards
Okay.
up to the 27-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrapper.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing is Jackson. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too remote.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pitches. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. K.J. Wright getting him once again. His third sack of the afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Returnable for Lockett. Nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Because you knew what I was... No, he knew what I was doing. He knew what I was doing.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
On second down, Jackson is going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Seahawks on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6.
4 touchdowns. and a rushing touchdown that was so vicious. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut up, man.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Hey. 4 down. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch 16. Gun. Jim.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A gain of 3, second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now they try the right side here. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now here's Michael Dixon on for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Raiders will get it at their 20-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On first down, Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
694.
On first and 10, here's Carr. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sheldon Richardson in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. On second down, here's Carr.
Those are real peppers. It's real.
Fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Throwing on third and long. Carr letting one go deep for Roberts. And that is going to be caught.
Look, y'all watching the stream? Y'all watch the stream?
And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now they'll run it on the toss. He finds an opening past the 40. As they finally wrangle him in at the 48. That good for 19 and a first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Leopard!
And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And the Seahawks on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here's Jackson to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11. And the Seahawks on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. On third down, Jackson. And Davis has it over the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
Hold me, man.
Get behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding...
Oh, Jabril Peppers. Jabril. Hey, what's my name?
Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
What's my name?
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Hey, can Jabril get MVP?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Carr trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
7:34.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Lampert!
And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game.
Hey, y'all know y'all can do snapshots,
right? They had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's
skeptical
about it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.
Just look at the broadcast right now. I'm gonna show you.
So for the Seahawks, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Oakland, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.
Yeah, a lot of big plays, big fella. I'm trying to get a snapshot. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get a snap of that. Snap right there. Hold on. Jackson. See that dot he's about to throw. Oh, you want to see it? Hold on. Strip right here. Cause I made a mistake and pressed the fucking what you call it? Press the back juke button, not the L2 button. And Khalil Mack stripped that bitch. Oh, they don't got it. Look, it's right here on the right here. The it says pass intercepted by Jabril Peppers for TD. He tried to do a screen, and Jabril came off a blitz and picked that shit. O'Keon O'Neal, another skill point.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit out that jaw jackery. Don't even me that I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' is shaking.
He just got faster. One on his acceleration, his awareness went up, his pay recognition went up, his zone went up. 94 overall. Oh, now you want Lamar Jackson? Who the Ravens? Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke away longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'ma need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all in nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah. Super fly for the dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young. Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, about the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run. My whole team got a skill point.
I'ma step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you wanna stuff for. Money, that machine. They fell got my stove. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead places in and I'm alone. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Patience thinner than a pantyhose.
Over here after your parties. I don't do that. In my prison, you do what I tell you. Get over here. He's gonna get dead.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
Out, valet, walk out, all these things I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. Yo, I'm too, on one day on my third, I was too broke, now I'm too rich, paid 100K on my third shift from a boy, so, boy, and I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. Yeah, I'm too up, round blew up, copped that new rape on them haters, threw up, brother went to jail for them, told me you up, first time I seen 100 bands, yeah I grew up, ooh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now, I got you. Right now, nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving them. I told him to 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some bricks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the ocean, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture me, you got the picture me, Pacific ice on an ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly, they calling for me and they, you want me like Jumping in the bed with two dark teeth, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too. Dripping my swag, do my tag on, I got it in the bag, man, getting all type of cash, I'm a general true. I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's what truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sister by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the volume, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture.
You got a picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My pants is disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Radio's on these. White paint on my toes. When I send a new Bay alert, gon' be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no?
I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's what truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sister by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the volume, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture. Jumping in the bed with two dark teeth, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too. Dripping my swag, do my tag on, I got it in the bag, man, getting all type of cash, I'm a general true.
Almost 1,800 yards. All that nigga need is 2 more games like that. He's set. No. He had a skill point. Like after I did my he had a skill point before that. That's what I'm telling you. I used it. Son, listen, he had a skill point before that, and now he's going to get one when he gets this player of the year. I mean, the player of the week. He's going to get one. Like, it's going to happen. No. A lot of people had it after the thing. He just didn't get it. Like True Fine got one. Oh yeah, he won Lamar back. Nigga, no.
I gave it up and talking Cuban links. Tell her ain't no weak link in my Cuban link. Only like my age. We was gangin' since the platinum food days. I got dreams of being Hova out your movie, yay. Listen, babe, so good you think I'm cool with yay. Okay, my diamonds dancing, I could Lisa Ray. Life is hard, but it's easy being truthful, baby. For real, overload. This is like I got like my pinky. Money, baby, we don't pay, it ain't ours. Bet it back, I bet I match it like the same style. Chopsticks for beef from shutting PF chains down. I gave you prophecy, my first one, then you lame down.
B's got 5 picks on the year.
It wasn't for me, still the flow raw. Peep the way I bubble in these streets. Who can f with me? Nikki, baby. Go. Look, I defeated my fears, soaked a towel in my tears. So ahead of my time, what comes next are all my oldest ideas. I'm wiser than my chin check y'all in y'all beard. I'm willing to father my peers, all of my peers for all of my years. Out in the field, take a look at my shoes. Never had a thought that it might lose. Considering the cost, I had to give up my dues. Never got a talk to it like you. I've been feeling like a king for months. We eat all the rich cuisine for lunch. All these wishing he was
The
done.
real purpose that he gotta get rid of defense player of the year. 3 tackles, he had 2 sacks, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and a defensive touchdown. Come on, bro.
Cause I'm the mutant in here. We look good, just show us where the camera. Years ago, I had to up my standards. Make your missus Alabama. Turn it to my only private. Swear like she don't got the answers. Who's the boss? I feel like Tony Danza. Walk up in there like I got the swag. Wakanda swagger, I'm the blackest panther. Wakanda, y'all are wasting your time. I spend it, but I ain't wasting a dime. Might do some favors, but I ain't breaking my spine. Your girl has been calling for days. I get no different ways. That New Orleans parades. Yeah, we like. None of my people are patient. We look like we on a vacation. Get no invitation. Y'all all with it and y'all talk a lot, but y'all ain't got the heart to do the mission. I'm hard-headed like the juggernaut, but there ain't nothing I can do to listen. I'm authentic and I walk around like I just ate, but let you do the dishes. I'm Clark Kent, but mix the Autobots and mix with everything that you've been missing. Please get back and don't get that involved. Freaking sick, I need a padded walls. I'm the king, heavy crown, heavy rain, cat and dogs. Homie with me if you asking for it. There ain't much that he be asking for. He just wanna have a paddock on with a watch face with little dragon balls. Look, you don't need me either. All I need is this. No coca ice, and I get oh so polite. You be the man of your city, I'll be the man of my country. You could be the man of your city, I'ma be the man of my country. Your girl has been calling for days. I get they know different ways. New Orleans parades, yeah, we like. None of my people are patient. We look like we on a vacation. Get no invitation. Yeah,
he just,
your girl has been calling for days.
He threw that out there.
They know different ways. Yeah, I'm like, none of my patient. We look like we on a vacation.
I told you what the trade would be. Nigga, did you see I broke that boy off